We hope you enjoy hiking adventures, because in this one, we sure do a lot of hiking.
That's fresh.
That wolf was here within a few hours. Let's see where it takes us, guys. So we're just out walking we're walking another trail today. So we're just out looking for other recording spots and checking out the area. One of the things that I like about vamping, it allows us to be able to move almost at a moment's notice, right? Just pack up the chairs and
Away we go.
stuff in, and away we go, and on the trail again, and be able to explore different areas of back roads. Jake is loving it too. So,
and you know what else is nice? It's not just nice being able to pack up at a moment's notice. It's nice being able to stop at a moment's notice. Like when we find a place that we like and we know it's on Crown land, we can stop there and choose that spot to camp.
Yeah. Okay.
When we're hiking, I'd like looking for things like this. Little signs of life in the forest. It looks like a squirrel or a chipmunk was sitting here eating a pine cone. There's the leftover pine cone from them eating the seeds. Nice trail, eh? Yes. I like how it's nice and open for us.
Good boy, Jake. Goes off to the side of the trail for his business. And nature calls. He looks up the tree.
Oh, there's a squirrel. Who's that?
Oh yeah. Mr. Squirty Birdie. Come on, Jake, we'll leave the squirrel alone. Come on, Jake, let's leave the squirrel alone today. Sure is a lot of downed wood, eh?
Yeah.
A lot of downed trees from the storms that we've had. Look at that big old white birch back there, laying down. And it's come down. There's another tree right here. Look at this, right across the trail. This is why in the Canadian wilderness you often have to carry a saw of some kind with you, because you never know when a storm is going to come and create some blowdown that you have to tend to in order to continue on your way. There's another one that's down there. All kinds of them. You can see this one is, at one point, has completely blocked the trail. It has been tended to. Looks like we might have a creek down here.
Whoa, what's that? That's fresh.
So that is some fresh wolf scat. And that kind of confirms my thoughts that this would be good wolf territory. And I'm just going to look for any other signs, some footprints and stuff, but I mean, you don't need much more sign than that. That is fresh. That wolf was here within a few hours. And we have a source of water down here, heading down to a lowland, possibly a wetland, so let's see where it takes us, guys. It certainly would be worth bringing the microphone back, and we'll record in this area now that we know there's sign here and something is reasonably close by.
Well, I tend to agree with you that it'd be a good idea to move one of the mics to this area.
Yeah. Let's go down to this. Let's go down to this low spot. Let's go down and see what this little wetland is like. This wet area. Oh, Jake's on the trail of something, eh?
I want to keep him back so you can check for tracks.
Jake, stay. also, I like to harvest different materials for our fires. And I was thinking while we're out here on the trails in the wilderness, we might as well gather some of the materials that are plentiful and ready for harvesting. So birch bark, this is from a yellow birch tree. Yellow birch is one of my favorite fire starters. It works very well for me. I've had great success with it in the past. If you have yellow birch around the area where you live, it's really a good fire starter. And you don't take everything from the tree, just the loose stuff that's easy to come off, that's ready and willing to come off. Yeah, here's a nice little birch here. This is white birch. Some people may know this as, I think paper birch is another name for it, if I'm not mistaken. And this stuff comes off very easily. But once again, you only take off the outer layers that are ready and willing to come off. You don't need to dig into the birch and peel the skin off it. This is just the outer skin. It's like slough. It doesn't bother the birch tree at all if you take just the outer layers. Not on the whole tree, but just a few here and there. And usually the larger the birch, the easier it is to take material. That's all I'm going to take from this tree. So there's lots more to choose from as we go throughout the woods. We like to conserve and respect nature as we go. So, but this will be great material, fantastic fire starting material. Look at this, pretty cool. Nice mossy spot that I'm on. Porcupine. Nice, eh?
It's beautiful. This is what I liked about the maple forest, is that you can see through it, and it's open. There's not as much underbrush in this type of forest. There's quite a thick canopy, so that shades the forest floor. And then you can see more. You can look at more of the details, so you can see more of the mosses and the small plants and what's growing on the floor of the forest. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it looks like a mushroom with fungus on it. Hi.
Hi. What did you get?
Oh, just a little bit more bark.
Warbler.
A little bit more.
You can never have too much birch bark, right?
Hey, this is kind of a nice spot with the lowland, bit of water there, a nice clearing for the birds, and protected woodland for the deer, the moose, and of course the wolves. So we may get some wolf howls here. If we come back, we'll place our microphones. I'm kind of excited about this spot, actually. So we'll see what transpires. Jake seems to be really comfortable behind us there. He gives a nice early warning for us when it's needed, eh? When he feels it's needed. Yeah. It could be for a rabbit, it could be for a bear, so yeah. We got a little snack or anything here? Something we're gonna munch on something?
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Did you hear you can hear a little bit of water
Trickling?
trickling.
Damn it.
Well, this is a nice little spot to be checking out all different types of things.
It is. Just a sec.
Did you poke your eye?
Yeah, a little twig grazed me.
You okay? Don't rub it.
Well, it's watering.
Need a paper towel?
Yeah. Okay. Can do this. Jake's digging up a storm here underneath the log. I guess there's a toad there or something.
Okay.
Yeah, he's moving the whole log on me here. I hope it doesn't cave in. Anyway, nice sitting on a nice mossy log, eh? Nice and soft.
Nice and soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lots of moss on this forest floor.
Yeah.
You know, this is such a nice area for looking at and exploring the underfloor of the forest.
and really quiet back here too. Now we accessed this area via the old trails, and we did some research before we came out here, guys. Yeah, not to create any misconceptions at all. We did not just pack up in the van and then head out on some back roads and then just start vamping over on the side of the road and you know, camping on the side of the road somewhere. We knew where we were headed and what kind of land that we were headed for. What kind of research did you do, Maureen?
We used online mapping to search out areas that were accessible by trails that were suitable for us, that were in areas that were suitable.
Far away from noise and plane and train and trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also for areas that were crown land.
Yeah, private land, public land,
Yeah.
that kind of a thing. So, yeah, and that's, you know, same with when I place the microphones, our recorders. We try to research the area first so that we know that we're not trespassing on any private lands, and so as not to disturb anybody else. We do like to know where we're going ahead of time, and when we're in the bush, we do leave flagging tape. Maureen even, I think, had mentioned it in your Buying Land Series 8, that with this flagging tape here, it's a really good idea to, we just cut off pieces of that and we'll tie it around a branch as we walk. And then as we look back, we make sure this last flag is in sight, and then we'll plant one more flag where we are, and then on we go. So we can always see, one flag should always be in sight, at least one flag, so that we can backtrack our way back. So because sometimes when you're walking in the bush and you start getting interested in things and distracted maybe, right? And then so you go up and over a hill and then take a left turn around a stand of trees and across a creek or something, and next thing you know you can get kind of turned around. So
Yeah.
the flags are a good idea. We collect those for on the way back. We come back the same way that we went, so collect the flags on the way back too. So yeah.
Because you think too is that when you're walking going that way when we're going into the bush, and then we're coming this way, and it doesn't look at all the same the other way
On the way back, yeah.
So you think, oh yeah, I could find my way back pretty easy, but really it's a totally different view from the other way.
That's right. The other thing that we also carry is a compass, so that if we do need to take a bearing, and we know we know where we are on the map and whatnot, we take a bearing, and if we do have to cut across bush to a certain in a certain direction, then we know that we can do that. And there's a few other things that we bring with us on the trail. Maureen's got a backpack there, and we've got a few snacks. I've got my Therarod kit. Actually, it's a brand new kit that we got from Sid's dad. Thank you very much.
And then we always bring our bear spray and a bear banger.
Right.
The bear spray, if there's a bear within reasonable distance or too close, you can spray it with the bear spray, and that'll affect its nose and its eyes and give you a chance to get away. And a bear banger will hopefully scare it in the other direction.
Right. The bear spray you use on a day where there's no wind, obviously, because you don't want the wind blowing back on you spraying. And if it is breezy or windy, that's where you got the bear banger as your first primary deterrent. But if it's not windy, then the bear spray, I would say, would be your first deterrent, that you probably don't need to use a banger. But the choices are there, options are there, and you could always flash them.
Maybe. And like Glenn said, we bring some snacks with us whenever we go for a hike.
Yeah. What we got to munch on?
There's some fruit, some dried fruit and nuts. Off yourself. Pineapple.
Gorp. Sort of gorp.
It's gorp. It's got sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, raisins, and dates.
Trail mix. Gorp. What does GORP stand for? G-O-R-P. It stands for something. I forget now what we used to call it on the trail. You guys will know. It's got raisins. G-O-R-P. What would that be?
I always thought gorp was just a word. So it's G-O-R-P.
Good old raisins, please. I don't know. We'll have to look that
Good
up.
old raisins,
Yeah, we'll have to
please.
get-
But it is called gorp when you have a mix of
Yeah,
like a
gorp,
trail
yeah.
mix.
Digging for truffles. Time to go. Well, what do you think, Jakey? Did you find some truffles? Digging to China or wherever.
Wow. What's doing there?
It's another bear deterrent. Lets them know we're coming.
What did the bear say to the harmonica player?
I don't know. What did the bear say to the harmonica player?
Very, very good.
Oh, that's almost as bad as mine. I said almost. Hey, Maureen, there's water down there. See that?
Yeah.
There's water back in there. I can see it for quite a ways through the bush. We should definitely check that out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see the little highlight of water through the bush. See that? Right there. Look at it all. We got a ways to go, so I think we better get a move on here instead of dilly-dallying and getting sidetracked.
It's so easy to get sidetracked.
So, yeah, it is getting on, and I am getting hungry. How about you?
Oh, I'm
Let's
famished.
go back and get some supper.
Yeah, I imagine Jake is famished too.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, yeah, we're back. And we decided that we're going to translocate. We're going to relocate the recorder, and because this seems to be a pretty hot spot, we're back on the trail where we saw the fresh wolf scat, and we decided we're going to leave the mic there for tonight. So we got lights, and it's fair ways in the trail, but that's okay. We're good. Are you scared?
No,
Okay, good. All right. So
I got you.
yeah, you got me. All right, and we got a tripod pole, so we're good. All right. Sorry if it's shaky and stuff, guys. I'm just trying to bring you along with us as we're walking. A little bit spookier at night, eh?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's cool enough we can see our breath tonight.
Look at the little moth.
Well, we're trying to walk fast, but we're trying to walk quietly. We've been walking for probably, 15, 20 minutes. I don't remember the trail being this long earlier on in the daylight. Do you?
No, but we were fairly preoccupied.
We were distracted with all the sights, and right now there's nothing to look at except a little bit of the trail ahead. my God! Did I scare you?
Yeah. Thanks.
You got your bear banger?
I do.
Okay. Boom. What the hell is that? Oh. Thought it was eye shine for a minute. It's a piece of metal or something on the trail.
Look.
Okay, we're back at the wolf scat. Boy, the moths really like that. It's the balance of nature, folks. This is the ecosystem. This is nature. This is a side of nature you may not always see, but it's feeding the moths. Okay, let's go. Onward. It's not far. It's not far now to the recording spot. Shh, trying to go quiet. Listen, listen. All right, so we're at the spot and we're going to set the microphone out to record the wolves since we've got that fresh wolf scat here. And who knows, we may get some other sounds as well. Wildlife calls, vocalizations, and the morning birds too, of course. Beautiful starry night out. Okay, so all right, here's a spot. Here's a spot here. We're gonna walk in off the trail. Okay, guys, so we're well off the trail, and this is, the recorder is all set and rolling, and we picked this spot. The tree's about the right size, and I think we're in a good location here to record. that around. That'll just help to hold it in place if the wind blows. And there's nothing scraping the shell. There's no leaves scraping to make noises through the night if it gets windy or anything. Take that ladder away. That's good. I think we got it. All right. So it's very quiet out. No wind means that the background noise levels are often a little bit quieter than when it's windy. So the sound will carry that much further. So if there are wolves howling in the distance, it'll make it that much easier to be heard on the recording, on playback. A little bit cool out, not too bad tonight. About probably 60 Fahrenheit, somewhere in there. So maybe I'll try a howl. We'll see what happens. And see if we get a response. We may or may not. I was not expecting that. Okay. I think we better get out of here. That was too cool. Oh man, it's so dark. I don't know which way. I don't know whether to go up that way or up over there. It's not that far, but it's so dark and dense. Careful there. All right, this way. There it is here. All right. I think maybe we better put a ribbon. Hey?
Yeah.
We'll mark a ribbon. Oh, so we made it out.
We made it out.
Yeah, we made it out from the trail. And It is a little different walking a unfamiliar trail at night, even though you have light. It is different than in the in broad daylight.
It's
But
spooky.
it can be spooky.
It's not really scary, but it's spooky.
Yeah, it's extremely quiet in the bush. I noticed too. There's a few crickets and stuff, but not a lot of movement or anything really in the bush. You don't hear much. So, but yeah.
There's really cute little white moths.
Lots of white moths, and they're hungry too.
Oh, they are. They're cute. They're flitting around.
All right. Anyway, it's time. We're gonna wash up and get some supper going here. Well, it's starting to chill off, eh?
It is?
Yeah. Well, it was a good day. Another good one. Let's get a fire going. What do you think?
I'm ready for a fire.
And I get a chance to use the new ferro rod and some fire starters that Sid's dad kindly sent to us in a mail call. Do you want to try it?
Sure, I'll try.
You want to try it? We're going to challenge Maureen to try it. So what we'll do is I'll get a close-up of this fire starter that Sid's dad has sent to us. And these are some discs here. And set it right over top of the where you want it to go. Yeah, look at that.
There, got it.
What's for supper tonight?
I'm going to cook up some ground beef and tomato sauce and have it served up with some spaghetti.
I think a coffee's about brewed, eh?
It sure looks like it.
As you can see, we have our torches burning here.
I don't know about you, but I am ready for this coffee.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Put the spaghetti in.
Nice meat sauce, spaghetti all set. Spaghetti ready, Eddie?
The spaghetti is ready, Eddie.
Good, because I'm hungry.
What's that?
I don't know.
There's a noise over there.
Yeah, I know. Get out there! Get off there! I'm not getting my hamburger sauce, my
Not getting mine either, thank you. That was a wonderful job.
Almost sounded like a jaw pop. Hey? I thought I heard a...
Something. That's the bear going num 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 num. You ready?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to sit back and enjoy this spaghetti dinner, and we're going to call it a night early tonight, I think. Join us next time when we continue our backwoods logging road adventure right here on Cabin Life. I'm Glenn.
I'm Maureen.
We'll see you next time. Over and out.
Take care.